If you were in Springfield this year on the afternoon of June 1st, you will always remember exactly where you were.
Our offices and our early education and care program on Main Street were all filled. We were bustling, we were busy. It was 3:30 in the afternoon, so there was a lot of activity. And suddenly, the call began to circulate around the building that there was a tornado coming and we needed to seek immediate shelter.
It just looked like the world was going to end. So I shut my front door, ran downstairs, and I don't remember, or I don't know how long it was from the time I shut the door to the time I was downstairs, but I looked up and I saw the sky.
The tornado that touched down that day was unprecedented in its impact on our region. It destroyed homes and wreaked havoc throughout the city and Western Mass. Parks were stripped of trees, and massive property damage occurred as the twister ripped across greater Springfield and beyond.
Yeah, that was my house, yeah. I see the winds come by, you know, when I see the winds like getting harder and harder, you know, I put my daughter was in the porch right there. I tell them, you know, hey, just hug me, you know, in the living room, and we hug all together in the living room, you know, and that was my house, you know. I struggled hard to get my things. It was scary. I mean, I've seen this on TV, you know, but I never lived one in real life like that, you know, and it's really scary, you know. You feel like you're born again, you know.
Our immediate need is to get the trees out the houses, to have them secured, tarped, and boarded up. So this is an extremely hazardous, dangerous environment. There's nails, staples, steel, siding all over the place. It's not somewhere that we need to be.
However, the resiliency of residents, the community, and the city itself rose almost as quickly as the tornado touched down. People showed concern for their neighbors' safety and offered to help.
We gathered the children, escorted them out to the sidewalk at the same time that a police officer approached us. At the same time that there was a vacant yellow school bus traveling north on Main Street. That school bus had infant car seats in it. So the police officer waved down the bus, got every child, every staff person onto the bus. Then he himself jumped on the bus and directed the driver to escort us down to the Mass Mutual Convention Center, which is where the evacuation center had been set up.
It was literally the moment that it happened, it was everybody came together.
People coming up, what can I do? I wasn't affected, but I need to help, and I saw it, guys pulling up, what do you need?
Our neighborhood, we've always been tight, but it became, there were superheroes that you never knew were around. I mean, people were amazing. People coming up the street with chainsaws and generators and food and ice.
Debris was cleared, streets became passable, and power was restored. Then the real work started as Springfield began to rebuild, or in some cases, relocate homes, businesses, schools, and places of worship.
Adversity makes us stronger. And when we go through these things, there's always a learning experience for us. And some of the takeaways from that is that in the midst of all that has happened, the church is still standing. We're in the process of doing remodeling and rebuilding, and we feel that when we come out on the other side, that we're going to be better off with it.
So for about 2 weeks, we were completely out of business. After about 2 weeks, we were able to open the sausage area. We're a small shop. Well, my father started the business in 1968. 8 years ago, my father passed away, so my brother and I have been running it ever since. And we're trying to make him proud, I guess, is what you could say. Carry on the business and get all this mess cleaned up and get back to work.
Now, 4 months later, and Springfield's recovery efforts are well underway. Mayor Sarno has asked Develop Springfield and the Springfield Redevelopment Authority to lead the rebuilding effort in a unique public-private partnership. Develop Springfield has commissioned a master plan for rebuilding the areas impacted by the June 1st tornado. City residents are moving ahead not to simply rebuild, but to rebuild bigger, better, stronger, and smarter.
I'm hoping that we can deal with the issues that we couldn't deal with before. We've always done takeout. We didn't have room for seating. Now with the redesign, we're able to have some seating in the store. I'm hoping for a mad rush of customers.
There's a lot of those good feelings you have when you're rebuilding and getting through everything, but the best is, you know, doors and windows, and the house has a roof, and you know, you see it. You know, you just have to keep plugging along, and it just seems like everybody in the neighborhood is, and you know, when you talk to your neighbors when they, you know, when their progress begins, and you see, you know, the attitudes change, and everybody's got a smile on their face, and everybody's happier, and it's nice to see that, you know, you're going to get your little piece of, you know, your world back, which is good.